Because what Shannon Sharpe does, right? What we have to understand is that the people that they put on TV, you know, we all understand that Shannon Sharpe is the only one that does highlight the inaccuracies, the double standards on TV and sports media. And why I have to hit sports media, because there are real examples that should be analyzed. You see, we need to analyze everything these motherfuckers do, like how these sports analysts analyze black athletes. They criticize, they demean, they undermine, they get in the way, they fuck up, they project, they just hammer today's. And while they continue to hammer today's black athlete, the only person I can see Shannon Sharpe truly defending and supporting is LeBron James. He would tear down everybody around LeBron James. Even LeBron James at his worst is better than some superstar players at their best, at the height of their careers. Look at Kyrie Irving. They say LeBron's a better leader than Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving's team is in the playoffs. Kyrie Irving's team hope he doesn't leave. The Lakers Jeannie Buss actually wanted to trade LeBron James. Like, Shannon Sharpe knows the history that ESPN, I know Fox Sports is new, but the sport of talking about niggas, what I'm trying to tell you is that there's no difference between Shannon Sharpe and Angela Rye. There's no difference between Shannon Sharpe and Joy Reid. There's no difference between Shannon Sharpe and Roland Martin. Shannon Sharpe just talks about sports. But Shannon Sharpe, as a black man, does not preach empowerment to these young men. He doesn't speak empowerment to his people. He looks strong, but he does not speak empower. He does not speak empowerment to his people. What he does is legitimize a bigot across from him. Skip Bayless is a bigot. He's made a career tearing down black men. And when you work for some of these racist, bigoted organizations that have been established for years, decades, and you continue to comply with them while they continue to take advantage of and misguide these black kids, continue to crack down on them severely just for them accepting money, when you know the situations where these kids come from, you disgust me. You legitimize white supremacy every day, and you want to sit up here and have your chest out. You continue to tear down black kids, black men on the daily. You really think these motherfuckers are like you. That's the funny part. That's why you're no different from Angela Rye and Joy Reid and Roland. How many cases of Diet Mountain Dew or whatever these two motherfuckers are betting on? No, whatever these two niggas are betting with. Like, Diet Mountain Dew, that could be a code word for hand jobs. That's all I know. I don't know. But these motherfuckers be betting real life shit for fucking hand jobs or Diet Mountain Dew. But Shannon is losing this Skip, and it's embarrassing. You give this nigga Skip Bayless credibility as if he knows something. And he's nothing more than a hater. He's made a career off of it. Everywhere he's gone, he's hated on niggas. And then he act like he was their best friends. See, this is how white supremacy works. And this is how Shannon legitimizes it, okay? See, white supremacy is the ability to control both sides of the argument. So their show, they put two niggas who are supposedly on the same undisputed, Their show, keyword show, Undisputed, is used by white supremacy to give the illusion that we are having an honest debate show. See, Shannon, for a long time, I didn't understand why was this nigga still on TV. I don't understand why this nigga still on TV. He says some of the right things, and then he says a lot of the wrong things is why they would like this motherfucker. See, when you turn on your people, they like that shit. When you tell your own people how much money they deserve and how much money they should get and all this other shit, and what role and how they should bow down to power, how they should bow down to the white guys that hold their jobs and shit and hold their livelihood, they like shit like that. They want niggas to know you. And before somebody say he stood up for Cap, he stood up for Colin Kaepernick. Every day he stood up for Colin Kaepernick. I watched that shit. You wrong, man. You dead wrong. You stupid as hell. You don't know what you're talking about. He stood up for Cap. He stood up for Cap? That's what you think. He stood up for Cap. Why? Because he spoke obvious truths? Why? He tried to overtake the movement. Actually, what Colin Kaepernick did was the best thing to ever happen to Fox Sports. It put their show on the map. They were headline chasing. Shannon Sharpe invoked people with honesty, but it wasn't with full support. Because if he supported him,